The universe just confirmed it. Your soulmate's revelation unlocks your shared destiny. Get ready for everything to change forever, and before you scroll, before you doubt, before you tell yourself this is just another message passing through your day, pause for a second and breathe, because something subtle yet powerful has shifted in the energy around you, something that did not happen randomly, something that was set in motion long before this exact moment, and you have been feeling it. Haven't you? That quiet pull in your chest, that unexplained wave of emotion that arrives when their name crosses your mind, that strange calm mixed with anticipation as if your soul already knows what your mind is still trying to understand. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation. The universe does not shout its truths, it whispers them into the hearts that are ready, and you are ready now, because somewhere not far from you, the person connected to your destiny has experienced a revelation, a realization so clear that it startled them, a moment where everything they tried to ignore about this connection suddenly stood in front of them undeniable and strong. They may not have called you yet, they may not have written the message, they may not have shown up at your door, but internally something irreversible has happened, a shift in awareness, a breaking of illusions, a deep understanding that what they feel for you is not ordinary, not temporary, not replaceable, and when that kind of realization happens, it creates a ripple, an energetic wave that travels beyond distance and logic, and that is why you feel different today, that is why your heart feels both restless and hopeful at the same time, because on a soul level you are receiving the echo of their awakening. This connection was never meant to be simple, it was designed to transform you both, to strip away old fears, to challenge old patterns, to expose wounds that needed healing, and perhaps there were moments when you questioned everything, moments when silence felt heavier than words, moments when you wondered if you had imagined the depth, but the universe was working behind the scenes, aligning timelines, dissolving obstacles, guiding both of you through lessons that had to be learned separately before you could stand together fully, and now the lesson has reached a turning point. Your soulmate has seen the truth of this bond. They have recognized that no matter how far they wander, in thought or in life, their heart keeps circling back to you, not out of habit, not out of loneliness, but out of recognition, the kind of recognition that feels ancient, as if your souls have met before in ways your human memory cannot recall, and this revelation is unlocking something powerful. It is unlocking courage where there was hesitation, clarity where there was confusion, intention where there was avoidance. And you may soon notice signs becoming louder, synchronicities increasing, unexpected communication, a sudden urge from them to bridge the gap. Because once destiny is acknowledged, it demands action. The universe does not reveal something this significant only to let it fade, it reveals it to initiate change, and change is exactly what is approaching you, not chaotic change, not destructive change, but transformative change, the kind that rearranges your life to match the desires you have whispered in your quietest prayers. Think back to the nights when you asked for clarity, when you asked for confirmation, when you asked for a sign that this love was real and not just your imagination. This is that sign, not through dramatic fireworks, but through energetic certainty, through a deep inner knowing that something is aligning. Your shared destiny is not about fairy tale perfection, it is about evolution. About two individuals choosing each other consciously after understanding the depth of what that choice means, and your soulmate is beginning to understand it now in a way they never did before. They are realizing that the connection with you feels like home and challenge at the same time. Comfort and growth intertwined, and that realization can be overwhelming, because it requires vulnerability. It requires stepping out of pride, stepping out of fear of rejection, stepping into authenticity, and yet the universe would not awaken this truth inside them unless they were capable of honoring it. You are not waiting for something that will never arrive. You are standing at the edge of a chapter that is preparing to open, and when it does, everything will feel different. Conversations will carry depth instead of confusion, silence will feel intentional instead of distant, plans will begin to include both of you instead of separating paths, and you might even look back at this exact moment and realize this was when the energy shifted, this was when destiny began unfolding visibly instead of invisibly. But remember this, transformation often starts quietly. Like a seed breaking open beneath the soil where no one can see it yet, your soulmate's revelation is that seed, and once it breaks open it cannot return to being closed. Growth becomes inevitable, movement becomes necessary, alignment becomes unstoppable, and you are not meant to chase or force this process, you are meant to remain grounded in your worth, grounded in your light. Because what is aligning is not happening because you begged for it, it is happening because you are energetically matched, because your frequencies have called each other forward, because your shared destiny has reached the point where delay is no longer serving either of you. So get ready, not by overthinking, not by obsessing over timelines, but by strengthening yourself, by embracing joy in your present moment, by trusting that what is meant for you will recognize you without confusion. Your soulmate's heart is opening, their awareness is expanding, and the universe is weaving circumstances that will bring truth into the physical world. And when it happens it may feel sudden, but it has been building for longer than you realize. This is not the beginning of something random, this is the continuation of something written in energy long ago, and now it is stepping into reality. So hold steady, keep your heart open but protected, stay aligned with your highest self, because the revelation that has awakened inside them is unlocking doors that cannot be closed again, and as those doors open, your shared destiny moves from possibility to inevitability, from dream to direction, from silent hope to tangible change. And yes, everything is about to change, not because fate is dramatic, but because truth has finally been acknowledged, and once truth is seen, life rearranges itself around it. The universe has confirmed what your intuition already suspected. This bond is real, this shift is real, this unfolding is real, and you are standing exactly where you need to be to receive it. And as this energy continues to rise around you, understand that what is unfolding now is not just about romance, it is about alignment at the deepest level of your being. It is about two paths that wandered through confusion, pride, silence, lessons, karmic cycles, and emotional storms, finally recognizing that they were never separate journeys, they were parallel preparations. And your soulmate is feeling this preparation complete inside their heart. They are replaying memories differently now. Moments that once felt ordinary suddenly feel significant. Conversations that once seemed casual now echo with hidden meaning. Even the times of distance are making sense to them because they are realizing that every pause carried purpose, every misunderstanding exposed something that needed healing. Every silence revealed how much presence truly mattered, and this realization is not light, it is heavy in the most beautiful way, because when someone understands that they almost let destiny slip through their hands, it awakens a fierce clarity. It removes excuses, it dissolves confusion, it forces honesty, and that honesty is building courage inside them, courage to admit what they feel, courage to step beyond fear of rejection, courage to show up differently than before. You might not see it yet in physical form, but energetically they are shifting. Their thoughts are more focused on you, their emotions are less scattered, their resistance is weakening, and the universe is amplifying this internal transformation with subtle signs. synchronicities that remind them of you at unexpected times, dreams that feel too real to ignore, sudden memories that surface without warning, even random songs or words that mirror exactly what they are feeling. These are not accidents. Certain level of growth, that level has been reached, the old version of this connection cannot return, the new version demands honesty, depth, stability, and conscious choice, and that may feel intense because intensity often accompanies transformation, but intensity does not mean chaos, it means significance, it means something meaningful is stepping forward, something worth protecting, worth nurturing, worth building with intention. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that what they feel for you is not replaceable by distraction, not satisfied by temporary connections, not silenced by ego. It follows them quietly yet persistently, like a truth waiting to be spoken aloud, and the more they try to rationalize it, the stronger it becomes, because soul recognition does not disappear under logic, it grows under awareness, and awareness is exactly what has been activated. There is a moment in every destined connection when running becomes more exhausting than staying, when avoiding becomes more painful than confronting feelings directly. They are reaching that moment now, and when they cross that internal line, movement follows, communication follows, change follows. You may notice subtle shifts first, softer tone, more intentional presence, questions that reveal deeper curiosity about your life, small gestures that carry bigger meaning than before. Do not dismiss these signs as coincidence. They are evidence of the revelation settling into action, and while all this unfolds externally, you are being guided to remain steady internally, because the universe confirms destiny not to create anxiety but to create trust, trust that what is meant for you will not require you to shrink, chase, or beg, it will meet you halfway with equal energy, equal vulnerability, equal willingness to build something real. This is not about fantasy reunion without accountability. This is about conscious union built on understanding lessons learned. Your soulmate has felt the absence of your full presence and it has taught them the value of what they almost took for granted. That lesson changes people, it humbles pride, it softens stubbornness, it opens emotional doors that were previously locked, and once those doors open they cannot close easily. You are closer to a defining moment than you realize, a conversation that clears fog, a confession that brings relief, a step forward that feels both overdue and perfectly timed, and when it happens you may feel a wave of peace rather than shock, because your soul has known this was coming long before your mind caught up. Everything you have endured in this connection has shaped you for stability instead of chaos, patience instead of panic, clarity instead of confusion, and that growth ensures that when destiny arrives you are ready to receive it without losing yourself in it. Your shared destiny is not about losing individuality. It is about two whole individuals choosing unity, and the universe confirms this. Now because the foundation has been strengthened on both sides, even the delays had purpose, they built resilience, they exposed insecurities that needed healing, they forced self-love to become priority. Without those delays the reunion would have been fragile. Now it has the potential to be lasting, and lasting connections require revelation before reunion, awareness before action, truth before transformation, all of which are unfolding in divine order. So as everything begins to shift, do not rush the process, do not let impatience distort faith. Understand that when destiny unlocks it does so step by step, aligning circumstances, aligning timing, aligning courage within both hearts simultaneously. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, you are not delusional for feeling this bond, you are aligned with something greater than temporary emotion. And the universe has confirmed it not through loud spectacle but through steady internal knowing. Your soulmate's revelation is real. Their awakening is real, the shift is real, and the changes approaching you are not meant to disrupt your life but to elevate it, to move you into a chapter where love feels chosen rather than uncertain, secure rather than fragile, mutual rather than one-sided. Everything is rearranging quietly in your favor, and when the moment finally materializes in front of you it will feel natural, like two puzzle pieces clicking into place after being shaped separately for exactly this alignment. Stay grounded, stay open, stay confident in your worth, because destiny does not unlock for those who doubt themselves, it unlocks for those who trust the timing, and your timing is here, unfolding, strengthening, preparing to change everything in a way that feels not chaotic but destined, not forced but guided, not temporary but transformative. And once this transformation fully steps into your reality, you will look back at this period of waiting and realize it was not waiting at all, it was preparation for the moment your shared destiny moved from spiritual confirmation to tangible experience, and that moment is closer now than it has ever been before. And now, as the final layers of this shift begin to settle into reality, understand this deeply. Destiny does not arrive with confusion, it arrives with clarity that feels almost surreal, like stepping into a moment you have already lived in your dreams. And that is exactly what is forming around you right now. Your soulmate is no longer battling the truth inside their heart, they are surrendering to it, and surrender is powerful because it removes resistance. When resistance dissolves, energy flows freely. And when energy flows freely between two souls who are meant to align, the universe accelerates everything. You may notice time feeling different, days moving faster, thoughts about them becoming sharper, intuition growing louder. This is not imagination. This is alignment synchronizing both of you at the same frequency. Your soulmate has reached a point where denial feels heavier than acceptance, where silence feels more painful than expression, where distance feels unnatural instead of safe, and that internal pressure is guiding them toward action, not impulsive action, but intentional movement, the kind that comes after deep reflection. They have analyzed this connection from every logical angle, they have questioned it, doubted it, tested it against pride and fear, and yet it keeps returning. Stronger, clearer, more undeniable, because soul connections are not fragile illusions, they are resilient truths, and the more they tried to suppress it, the more obvious it became. Now the realization is not just emotional, it is conscious. They know what you mean to them, they understand the rarity of this bond, they feel the absence of you in ways they cannot distract themselves from anymore. And this awareness is unlocking a new version of them, a version that values stability over ego, depth over distraction, commitment over confusion. And when someone evolves like this because of love, that love transforms from uncertainty into destiny. You have felt moments of almost giving up, moments when your strength felt tested beyond comfort, moments when you asked yourself whether holding faith was foolish. But those moments built resilience. They refined your heart instead of hardening it. They taught you boundaries instead of bitterness. And because you chose growth instead of resentment, you are now aligned with the upgraded version of this connection. The old cycle is ending, the repetitive misunderstandings, the emotional push and pull, the unclear intentions. That chapter is closing, not because you forced it, but because both souls have outgrown it. Evolution demands change, and evolution has happened on both sides. Your soulmate's revelation is not just about loving you, it is about recognizing that loving you requires showing up fully, consistently, authentically. It requires effort, honesty, vulnerability. And they are preparing themselves to meet that standard. This is why the universe confirmed it now, because you are no longer in a space where half love would satisfy you. You have matured beyond crumbs, beyond mixed signals, beyond guessing games, and destiny responds when you elevate your standards, when you choose yourself, when you stop chasing and start aligning. That is when the universe rearranges circumstances in your favor. This upcoming shift may come through a conversation that feels long overdue, words that carry sincerity you can feel in your chest, eye contact that holds certainty instead of avoidance, energy that feels grounded instead of chaotic, and when that moment unfolds you will sense the difference immediately, because alignment feels calm even when it is intense, it feels steady even when emotions run deep. Your soulmate is shedding old fears right now, fear of vulnerability, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough, and as those fears dissolve, courage rises. Naturally, they are realizing that risking honesty with you is less frightening than living with regret, and regret has been whispering to them, reminding them of what this connection truly means, reminding them that not all bonds come twice in one lifetime, reminding them that destiny ignored too long can turn into a lesson instead of a blessing, and they do not want this to become a lesson of loss. They want it to become a story of choice, conscious choice, mutual choice, powerful choice. You may feel an urge to prepare emotionally, to clear space in your life, to release lingering doubts. Follow that instinct, because preparation is part of manifestation. Clear your heart of old narratives that say love must be difficult to be real. Clear your mind of fears that say happiness will not last. Clear your energy of attachments to past pain, because what is approaching requires openness, not guarded walls. This is not about repeating history, it is about rewriting it. This is not about proving love, it is about living it. The universe confirmed this connection because it serves your highest growth, not just your romantic desire. Together you are meant to inspire expansion, stability, creation, maybe even a shared vision that impacts more than just the two of you. But before that external impact, there must be internal harmony, and that harmony is forming now, piece by piece. Realization by realization, surrender by surrender. You are not chasing destiny anymore, destiny is aligning with you, and when it fully steps into your physical world it will not feel rushed or forced, it will feel right, like stepping into a room that was always meant to be yours. And yes, everything will change, but not in a way that destabilizes you. It will change in a way that strengthens you, grounds you, expands your sense of possibility. The love that is unfolding is not small, it is transformative. It will challenge you to communicate better, to trust deeper, to plan bigger, to believe in long-term happiness instead of temporary excitement, and because both of you have walked through separation, reflection, and growth, the reunion carries wisdom instead of naivety, clarity instead of illusion, maturity instead of impulse. This is the kind of destiny that builds slowly but lasts strongly, so stay present, stay confident, stay aligned with your highest self, because what is coming is not a test. It is a reward for the growth you chose when it would have been easier to give up. Your soulmate's revelation has unlocked the door, the universe has confirmed the path, and the final step now is trust, trust in timing, trust in alignment, trust in yourself, because once destiny moves into motion, nothing can truly block what is meant to meet you, and the life you step into after this shift will not resemble the uncertainty of the past. It will feel intentional, stable, mutual, powerful. A shared destiny built not on fantasy but on awakened truth, and that truth is no longer hidden, it is rising, unfolding, preparing to manifest in ways that will make you realize that every delay, every silence, Every lesson was guiding you here, to this exact turning point where love stops being a question and starts becoming your reality, and this is the final shift, the closing of the old cycle and the full opening of what was always written for you, because when destiny completes its preparation it does not hesitate, it moves with quiet certainty, and that certainty is wrapping itself around your connection right now. Your soulmate is no longer confused about what you mean to them. They are no longer running from the intensity of this bond, they are standing in it, feeling it, accepting it, and once acceptance happens everything becomes simpler, clearer, more direct. You will sense it in the way they speak, in the steadiness of their energy, in the absence of mixed signals, because revelation removes inconsistency, it replaces doubt with decision, and decision is powerful. This is not about dramatic gestures meant to impress you, this is about grounded action meant to build something real, something lasting, something that does not disappear when challenges appear. The universe confirmed this connection because it survived distance, ego, silence, growth, and self-reflection. It survived versions of you both that were not yet ready, and now readiness has arrived, not perfectly, but sincerely, and sincerity is enough to begin again in a new way. You are stepping into a chapter where love feels mutual instead of uncertain, where effort is balanced instead of one-sided, where communication flows instead of being forced, and this change will not feel chaotic, it will feel relieving, like finally putting down emotional weight you have carried for too long. Trust that what is unfolding now is stable, trust that what is aligning now is intentional, trust that this bond is not repeating the past but evolving beyond it, because destiny does not return you to the same lesson twice. It returns you to the same soul when both of you have learned, and the lesson has been learned, the awakening has happened, the confirmation has been given, so release the fear of losing it, release the anxiety of when, release the habit of overthinking every sign. What is meant for you is no longer hiding, it is moving toward you with clarity and purpose. And as this final phase unfolds you will realize that everything changed the moment truth was accepted. This is not just a moment. This is the beginning of your shared destiny finally living in reality, and this time it stays.